Okay, next, I'm gonna show you how to blend pastels. So here's a blue sphere that I made earlier. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's say I wanna make a blue sphere. I'm gonna get all the colors that we're gonna make blue from light to dark. So in my box, I have a navy blue, I have a medium blue, I have a light blue, I have a beige, I have a white, and then I'll probably use black to make it darker. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with a sphere. Sphere is gonna look something like this, okay? Sphere, oval, really doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm gonna do what's called an underpainting. Let's say the light's coming this way. I'm gonna make this side of this lighter. Now notice it's the white's more concentrated near the edge, and I'm barely touching the white here. So the white starts more concentrated and fades away, okay? Now on the other side, I'm gonna add black, but I'll keep in mind that black will overpower things. So I'm never gonna overdo the black. So it's a little darker here. So that's called my underpainting. By laying these underneath my sphere looks three-dimensional now, okay? But by laying these underneath, it'll affect the colors that go on top. So I'm gonna take my medium blue now, and I'm gonna add it to the middle, and I'm gonna gently blend it in with the white over here. And over here, I'm gonna let it mix in with the black, which is gonna make my blue darker. Now the lovely thing, the wonderful thing about pastels, anytime you want, you can go back in and add more color. So I'm gonna take a light blue this time, and I'm gonna fade my white to my medium blue using the light blue. And now I'm gonna take my navy blue, and I'm gonna go over the top of this and fade the black to the royal blue. And if I think there's too abrupt of a change here, I can always go back in with my royal blue and add a little more color. Okay, so notice I'm using the side of my pastel here, okay? And I want it to be gradual. Now you can use your fingers to blend, which is just fine. So I'm gonna use black, I'm gonna use this finger. The problem is my finger right now, because it's in the black, it's gonna be pretty contaminated. So when I switch over to here, I don't wanna make this all gray. So I'm gonna just use a different finger here, and I can gently sort of blend that over. Okay? So I can get a nice smooth mix. Now, a couple things I don't want you to do. I don't want you, for example, if I was to draw two spheres right now, two circles, if I draw a circle like that and a circle like this, and I put lines on this circle, okay, and then I put lines on this circle here, and the lines look like that, which one looks more three-dimensional? Of course you're gonna say this one, it looks like a globe. This looks like an Eggo waffle. So by what I'm saying here is, when you start blending these, you wanna make sure that this is sort of like a crescent moon shape, and this is curved. It's got a curve like the surface, which will make it look more three-dimensional, okay? So what you wanna do then, whenever you're drawing a sphere, or really anything that's three-dimensional, is you wanna avoid that Eggo waffle look. You don't want straight lines going across your subject. So no Eggo waffles, okay? Another thing you wanna avoid is your beach ball look. What do you mean by a beach ball, okay? So no beach balls, and what I mean by that, a beach ball's got sudden changes in color, okay? I don't want my sphere to go from black and be a line where it changes from black to blue to medium blue. There should be a gradual change. So here's a sphere that isn't very good. What's wrong with this? It's breaking two rules. You got straight lines going here, which makes this look flat. You also have these sudden changes. It's really light, and all of a sudden there's like a line where it changes. It's medium, then there's like a line where it changes. So this one I'd consider an Eggo waffle with the straight lines and a beach ball because the sudden changes in color. So I want to avoid that, okay? So what I want is a sphere that's more gradual, like this one. Look at that, a light spot, and it gradually goes from light to dark. It's got another secondary reflection over here, okay? And it's also got nice clean edges, okay? So that's how you're gonna do a sphere. Now I'm gonna do a real quick, I'm gonna do a sphere that is maybe gold or an orange. I think I'll go with gold. So there's my yellow. Okay, here's more of a little darker gold. What's gonna make gold darker? Perhaps a little brown like that, or maybe this brown. When I look at these two browns, I think this brown is a little darker than this one, okay? And what's gonna make gold lighter? A white. So what I'm gonna do, once again, I'm gonna start with a sphere, and I'm gonna choose a light source, and I'm choosing the top. I'm gonna gradually let that fade across, just barely touching it in the middle. Okay, on the other side, I'm gonna put my brown down, and I'm gonna let that fade kind of into here. Just let it fade, barely touch it. Now I'm gonna go with my gold or my yellow. So here the yellow gets really light because it mixes with the white, becomes very brilliant. Okay, so this is called an underpainting. The colors underneath are affecting the colors on top. And we do this in acrylic paints. We do it with a lot of different painting techniques. Okay, and the beauty of it, if I don't think this is light enough, I can come back in here with some white and make it a little lighter. Okay, and now this is the beauty I really love about pastels. So far we're using just kind of straight colors, but you know, let's say this was a pool ball, and this ball, let's do this. Let's just smooth it out. So here I'm gonna use my finger to kind of blend it. Now use your finger like a drawing tool. Don't just go raking it across, okay? So here I'm gonna gently sort of curve these into each other and follow the contours of the curves of my sphere here, okay? And using my finger. Now eventually your hands are gonna get dirty, you can go clean them off. But for right now, I got a sphere that goes from light to medium to dark, okay? And it's a gold sphere. Now, what you want to do here is you want to make sure that it's a nice gradual change once again. So I've got my warmer colors now. If I do warm colors like yellow, orange, and red, I'm going to use browns to make those darker as my underpainting. But I do my cool colors like purple and mostly blue and darker green. I'm going to use black as my underpainting like that. Okay?